What is going on, y'all? This is the Caveman. I'm here with Football with Oz Austin for episode 50 of Against the Blitz. It is 8:12, 8:13 a.m. We are struggling, but we are going to hammer out the biggest episode that we've ever done. This is 50 episodes. We haven't even been going for that long, but we are 50 years old, if you will, and it's pretty awesome that we've gotten to this point. Because we started this on a complete whim. So the fact that it's still going, it's doing as well as it is, and we've gotten as much traction for such a new podcast. We want to thank you guys for absolutely making it what it is. And for episode 50, we are doing basically a mailbag type of thing. We have a bunch of takes that we took from our Discord, and the way we structured it was pretty simple. I just set up a channel, people threw their takes in, and Austin decided that he should only see them. So I'm going to be completely blindsided by what the hell is said here.
There was a few that definitely specifically, it's good that you're learning for the first time right now.
Oh, God.
I mean, so I'm pretty excited to rip into them because there's a few targeted for you, for me, for football, for life, for food, for movies. They kind of touch everything.
Good. Yeah. Well, that was kind of the whole point. Just basically get anybody's takes in front of us to ask or to give. And if you want to participate in something like this in the future, we're definitely going to start doing these mailbag, these type of reaction things to your guys' takes. So if you want to be a part of that in the future, this will be a more reoccurring thing. Join the Discord down in the description below, and you can absolutely be a part. So this is gonna be fun, I think.
Yeah.
Really fun.
We're basically going to put them into two categories. It's going to be like, am I buying it or am I selling it? Like, can I see where you're coming from? I don't even have to fully agree. Can I just see like your mindset? Can I see a good thought process and I'll buy? But if I'm selling, you just had a dumb take and I'm staying away from it.
I might be a little bit more harsh if I don't, even if I see it, I might.
Some of these takes are rough. You should be positive towards the one you even kind of agree with.
Oh boy,
because you probably will be out on most.
Oh boy, I'm scared. Well, take it away.
All right, we're gonna start with Rhett.
Oh boy,
Ja'Marr Chase becomes the first ever back-to-back Triple Crown winner. This was one of the more reasonable takes, actually. That's why I picked it first.
I'm buying that. I think I could buy that. I mean,
yeah.
That's not the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Ja'Marr Chase will be assumingly in similar circumstances to last year. I mean, there's not much that's changed. If Trey Hendrickson's not on the field, then there's a chance that it might be even worse, and the Bengals are throwing even more than they were in 2024. So I don't think that's crazy at all. I'm buying that.
Even if Trey's out there, the defense is almost the exact same as last year. So, like, they're going to air it out. He's like 25. He had the Triple Crown comfortably last year, too. Like, it wasn't even like it was super close. So, unless Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb or Nico Collins or somebody blows up, or Puka, then I think Jamar's got it. But it's like crazy rare. Like, it actually doesn't happen. So, it's a hotter take than it sounds. But if anybody's going to do it, it's him.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is, like, the laws of variance, as I call them. Right. It's like he's not missed much time in his career, I don't believe. And it's just like the one thing that I could see derailing him, or at least potentially not even giving him a shot, is if he misses 2 or 3 games. And
yeah, if you miss 2 games, you're done usually. Yeah. Like, to get 17 touchdowns, to get 1,700 yards, like, you need to be getting like 110 yards a game.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm buying it though. That's not that insane. I'll give that like a 7.9 out of 10.
Yeah, I think you'll buy the next one too. Okay. It's actually a 2-parter, so I don't know about the second part, but Matt Milano. Well, Jack, this is from Jack. Jack says Matt Milano has a resurgence to all-pro form in 2025 with a fully healthy offseason and more experience alongside Terrell Bernard. Plus, the cinnamon brown sugar is the best flavor of Pop-Tarts.
Okay, I'm buying the second part the whole way. That brown sugar cinnamon is number 1, clearly. And I think number 2 is probably like s'mores, maybe. Outside of
hot fudge sundae needs its flowers.
I don't think
the one with little sprinkles on top. That one's incredible. But yeah,
I can't speak on that one, but I mean, brown sugar cinnamon's easily like
it's up
number
there.
one.
That carried me through high school.
Yeah, for real.
Like
the
vending machine.
That I can buy. The Milano thing. Oh man, I can't not see Milano having a resurgence, Jack. But I guess to me, the thing that worries me is injury history, and there were already talks about him potentially being moved out, this past off season or this current off season even. Like I think there was speculation. I never thought he actually would be leaving, but I don't know. There's just a gut feeling I have that we're closer to seeing a year from Milano that is like really kind of like pushing him out the door. Like he'll probably be on and off the field. Dorian Williams is supposed to be the successor, and he was playing good football, especially defending the run. So I wouldn't be shocked if Milano kind of does show some real signs of decline, and we see more of Dorian, because that's the plan, is Dorian and Terrell. So I hope that's not the case, because we're going to need that type of all-pro linebacker play, considering who knows who's going to be playing on the defensive line, who's going to be healthy and not suspended. Like our linebackers are probably the most consistently talented group, assuming that we get the type of performance from who we have that we're used to. But I don't know. So I might sell the first one. I'm really kind of expecting that sort of decline.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's there's Pro Bowl form, and then there's All Pro form. All Pro form is like top 6, top 5 to me. And like at that point, you have Zach Bond and Fred Warner, Roquan Smith, even guys like Edgerrin Cooper coming into that now. I think Matt Milano could still be like a Pro Bowl level linebacker. Like I think he can still be talented and be fairly productive if he stays on the field. But All Pro form to me is like dominant years, and I don't know if Matt Milano quite has that in him anymore.
Yeah, it also, like, linebacker, I guess just with any position, but linebacker specifically, I feel like is one of those things where if you don't have help, or at least it feels like you don't have a sound structure around you sometimes, then you might be in for it. And I'm not going to say that I don't feel like the Bills defense systematically is very trustworthy, but I'm just so interested to know what it looks like next season. I don't think I'm low on them, but it's just, you don't have you have more of you're closer to the Bengals than you do like the 49ers or the Broncos defense, for example, around you.
I don't know.
Like a Dre Greenlaw type of guy is in a situation where if he comes back fully healthy with the help he has around him, that's the kind of projection I would see from him more than like Milano has been the backbone. He's had to be that sort of player. I don't know if he's got it. But.
We'll see. We'll go to the next one from Greasy. Lamar, QB1, and number 1 overall fantasy football player again.
Yeah, I'm buying that.
Yeah.
I'm buying that.
He was like Josh Allen was kicking butt, and he still didn't get it. Like Lamar had 41 passing touchdowns, ran for 900 yards. Like if he does anything close to that again, yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, it's just close to like how I feel about Jamar, in the sense that there's nothing that I'm worried about.
Right.
That would derail him from doing this again.
Yeah, they have the same line, same running back, same receivers, same coaches. Like literally nothing changed. So yeah, I'll buy that. All right. Caleb Johnson, truther.
Spear
says the first one's fine. Drake London finishes as the fantasy wide receiver 1, and Caleb Johnson finishes a top 10 fantasy running back.
I'll buy the first one.
We've talked about the first one 1,000 times. We've talked about Drake London enough to bore you, but I've been on Team Caleb Johnson. Like I have been heavy on that team, but top 10.
Top 10's tough. I mean, we have there are 10 backs taken in the first like 16 picks that could all, finish in the top 10. And Caleb, the thing with Caleb is like I don't know if he's going to come in and be the full-time Najee replacement, or if they're going to kind of ease him in and we see more of Warren this year. Like I do think we see more of Warren in his role than we've ever seen with Najee, just because Caleb is a rookie running back. Although if he does kind of take over the Najee role, he is better. I think he is better than Najee, and now he has at least 2 working eyes. And he probably, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do a fair share of checking down. So he can catch more passes than I think people are expecting, but a top 10 back, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if the
Steelers
run offensive line is better on the ground than they were last year, then maybe, but I don't know. I can't give. I think I'm selling that, Spear. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think Bucky Irving is going to be fighting for a top 10 spot this year. There's so many good running backs. Jonathan Taylor, like these guys are fighting for top 10. So if they're struggling to get in there, I think I'll be out. But I love Caleb Johnson, and it came from Caleb Johnson truthers, so
of course it
might be slightly untruthful.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's got to believe in something because his team just paid TJ Watt a lot of money, and now he specifically is one of the very few Steelers fans that are upset about that. So
yeah,
Spears got to be looking forward to something.
Yeah. Well, the next one is staying on topic. T-Ball, another Steelers fan, says the Steelers have their first losing season in the Mike Tomlin era. Also, spicy sweet chili is the best Doritos flavor. Yes. Second one, yes, 100%.
I mean,
yes.
I think Cool Ranch like hit sometimes.
First, they're good. Cool Ranch is good.
Cool Ranch really does. I'm gonna sell the second one. I don't know. I like sweet chili, but in moderation.
Well, what do you think about the Steelers having their first losing season under Mike Tomlin?
That I've been buying that. I've been buying a lottery ticket on that for the past 3 years. Like it's just bound to happen at this point. And I don't know. I agree.
I don't know if this is the team. I think their offensive line got a little better. I mean, I like the running back room. I like what they did to fix their defense up a little bit. Secondary still iffy, but Minka kind of sucked last year, so I'm not worried about that a ton. I don't know. I feel like this is the exact same team. And this is somehow the best quarterback play they've had in 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. But they've had Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, and still won games. I know the AFC North's really good. They'll have 2 free wins against the Browns. They always take one against the Steelers and the Bengals, or the Ravens and the Bengals. I don't know. I feel like they could do 9 wins again.
It's just, it feels like one of those seasons we're preparing for the Steelers to be closer to being over that mark than not. Compared to last year, I was so fucking positive they would finish below 500 last year.
Same.
I would have bet as much money as I could. Well, I actually could, but I didn't. I didn't bet it a lot, but I did bet on it. And I just, this year we're further from that. I'm not as cocksure, but I think that almost makes me think that it's going to happen that much more, just because it feels like it's better and things are looking a little bit more up because the talent is there everywhere, it feels like. But I don't know. I honestly think they arguably downgraded from Metcalf or from Pickens to Metcalf. I think
I agree.
How this offense operates, Metcalf is nowhere near the boundary employee that Pickens is, and I don't think this team is going to do well passing over the middle of the field. They never really have, and I don't think that's just been a Russell Wilson or Kenny Pickett issue. I think Rodgers is going to experience a lot of the same problems. So, and that's where Metcalf usually works. I don't know who's going to be that guy downfield. If Metcalf will do his best, but that was Pickens' bread and butter, and it still was barely enough.
Yeah,
I'm really worried about how this offense does. Very, very worried.
It'll be 13 personnel running the shit out of the ball with Caleb Johnson. Jonnu Smith, keep forgetting about him there. With Pat Freiermuth. That's one of the better tight end rooms I've seen in a long time. But then their receivers suck. I mean, we don't the jury's still out on Roman Wilson, but at best, he's a Robert Woodsy kind of guy, a good utility secondary receiver, but not super in. I think I'll take the being over 500 though, just because I'm taking the field. They do it every year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the field.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying it just because I've been a believer in it. I can't switch up now. But
it's not crazy though at all. They're not a good football team.
No, it's just gotta happen. It just has to happen. Mike Tomlin is pushing his luck now. It's getting a little ridiculous.
It is getting ridiculous.
It's really pushing his luck.
The second he does it, he's getting fired.
That's how I feel too. It's if there's no more hat to hang, on the 500, coat rack, then it's like, all right, Mike, what else do you got now? Your quarterbacks have sucked. You've not figured that out. Your offenses have looked terrible. Your defenses have been falling off. I mean, they were good last year, but I think they weren't steel curtain good. They were good enough, but yeah, you're right. I think so.
All right. Well, next up, two really hot takes. Actually, one's pretty normal. Baker Mayfield is the second most overrated quarterback in the league, behind Hurts. He's only been really good since joining a phenomenal situation in Tampa. He's closer to being passed up by guys like Kaleb and T-Law than being top 10. Also, Drake is the most overrated artist of all time. Everything he makes is just mid.
Okay. Let me guess who this is from. Michael Penis.
Yes.
Yeah, you motherfucker. I could have guessed that.
I wanted you to guess that one.
Yeah. I think if you've been watching this or you're in the Discord, you'll know that I'm very much out on the second part. I'm selling. Iceman's going to be out. Iceman's album in the air, and it's not even dropped yet. So,
all right.
He's dropped like 3 instrumentals and 1 song, and it's already the best album that's been released this year. So, just wait. The first part. Wow. I mean,
I don't know how you can watch Baker and not be like, I'm in. He is the most fun, exciting quarterback in the league. He's a gunslinger.
The way he phrased it is difficult because I think there is a path to believing that he is closer to being passed up than T-Law and Kaleb. But at the same time, I also could see him being top 10, but also not like there are 10 quarterbacks that I have named consistently that does not include Baker Mayfield. And then there are a slew of guys right on the border that I think you could argue over him. So I think he's like better than Kaleb and T-Law. I think he is close to being the top 10, but I feel like there are a lot of guys waiting in line to be in that group too.
Yeah.
So
like if I do the thing and I'm like, so who are those fringe top 10 guys? It's usually like Jordan Love. It's usually like a Jared Goff. It's usually somebody kind of in that realm. So do you think that Baker is closer to being on Jared Goff and Jordan Love's level? Or is he closer to being Caleb Williams level or Trevor Lawrence level? Even Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams on a assumed better year this year. I think I'm taking Baker in the Jordan Love basket of like the fringe top 10 guys. And I could definitely even take Baker over Jalen Hurts. I would not be mad at that.
Yeah. Well, these days it's either you love or you hate them.
if they lost in the divisional round, that would not be a hot take because the production was like a million times in Baker Mayfield's favor.
If Jalen Hurts and the Eagles lost in the divisional round and he was playing the way he was early in the postseason, I mean, that would have done just catastrophic things to his agenda. Like
his first 2 games sucked.
He was bad. They
legitimately
they
only won. Yes, despite of him. Like it was legitimately bad football games, and everyone's like, those games didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
He was just doing what he had to do.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else, it's like, why didn't Burrow throw for 1,000,000 yards? Why didn't he do that? If he's so good, why didn't he do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's
argument ever.
What did he take like 6 or 7 sacks in that game? In that, I think in the Rams game. Yeah, no, he didn't move. And people are like, well, why didn't Cam Newton elevate his team against the Broncos then? If he's so
why
good,
why didn't he force Ted Ginn to start catching footballs for the first time? I think he should have forced that converted corner to catch passes.
The worst part about that Jalen Hurts Cam Newton thing to me is that they don't even play similar styles of quarterback to me. So it's like I don't even know because they're black, I guess, that this even started. Like I really don't even know why these two started.
They both get a lot of rushing touchdowns, I guess. Yeah. Like they're both rushing touchdown guys. Like, but
yeah, I guess the short yardage stuff, but it still wasn't
Cam Newton is housing 60-yard touchdowns.
I know.
On the ground, hurdling people, running people over, doing flips.
Yeah, I don't.
With Ted Ginn and Farrell Brown.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I'm out on the Baker one. I think Baker's closer to top 10.
Yeah, I think I'm out. I'm selling just because I know the context in which he's saying it, and it's more of like it is definitely meant to be more of a mean comment, for lack of a better term. But
yeah,
at the same time, I think if it was said in a better light, I could agree. Like, I could see a season where Kaleb or Trevor are better than Baker this year, and it wouldn't be like, oh, Baker, you suck because of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, the only way that happens to me is if Trevor and Kaleb both play like top 15 ball. If that's the case, then like sure, like being at 13 is closer to 15 than 10. But I think he's still very much like a top 12 quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he's as overrated as he's suggesting now.
Second most. I'm taking Jared Goff way overrated.
Oh my god, I think Jared Goff's more overrated than Hurts.
I could agree with that.
I think Jared Goff should be considered the most overrated quarterback in football. I mean, at least Hurts has the 2 Super Bowl performances to speak to. Like, those 2 games, those are really the only thing holding him in my top 10 at this point, is the fact that when the lights are the absolute brightest, he somehow is bald both times, and he's the same stone cold face throughout the entire 60 minutes. Other than that,
2 games in his career are holding him up.
Yes,
on people's rankings,
literally.
But we'll stay with the Lions here, because Stranger says the Detroit Lions will not win the NFC North, but they will manage to make the playoffs as a wild card. I see this, by the way. They lost both of their coordinators, similar to how Philadelphia lost both of theirs when they lost Super Bowl 57 to the Chiefs. Also, apple juice is the most superior juice to drink. Agreed. But for the first one, I don't think that's even a hot take. I feel like it's like pretty normal to expect the Lions to get a little worse, but still be a good football team.
It's definitely a hotter take to think they still are the team they were last year than believing like that they're not. But the thing with the Lions for me is I think they have more of a structure as far as like, I think Dan Campbell does more than Sirianni does. Like, I think the whole thing with the Sirianni and the coordinators being lost and stuff like that was a mess. They brought in like Matt Patricia and like whoever, Brian Johnson was promoted. Like, I have way more optimism for who the Lions are bringing in than I do, I guess, what the Eagles ended up fielding the years that they lost Gannon and Steichen. So with that said, I don't think it's hot to say they fall off. I'll buy that. I mean, it's not crazy.
No, but like, he still has them being good. Like, if you were to say like they're gonna fall off and get 7 wins, and everybody's pretty much healthy, like that would be nuts. But like, the roster is still stacked, so it's not crazy to say that like a super stacked division with the Vikings and the Packers and the Bears, like one of them could take a win or 2 over them. They won't win the division, but they'll still make the playoffs. Like, super possible. That's actually what I think happens. Almost to a T.
Wasn't that last game against the Vikings? Weren't they fighting with Minnesota for the top seed?
Yeah.
Or was that just
they were?
I mean, that they won 15 games and they had to win the last game of the season to earn the division title. So, I mean, shit, like, that's insane. They could very easily be a wild card team with 13 wins, which is pretty nuts. But yeah, I don't think it's crazy just for that fact as well.
Thoughts on apple juice versus orange juice, or prune juice, whatever it is you guys drink up there?
Okay, it's Mr. Skyline Chili. I'm not that extravagant with my juice selection. It is just usually orange or apple, but I think apple has its place where it's like, if I want apple juice, it just hits. But
it has a ceiling.
Yes, higher ceiling, but orange juice I have more frequently, and it's like it acts as my coffee sometimes. Like, I don't drink coffee or anything like that. Like, apple juice couldn't do that for me. Orange juice can give me a kick.
Just too sugary, yeah. All right. I think we'll like one of these. Russ has 2 takes. The Commanders will win 10 games max, and Ken Walker will be a top 5 running back in fantasy football.
I think I'm selling the second one. I think I might have bought it a couple weeks ago, but top 5 is crazy for one. We were just talking about how difficult it will be to crack the top 10. Top 5 is just ridiculously tough.
Just do the thing right now. Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan, and then pick your poison for 5. Like, you'll have guys like CMC, Devon Achane, Ashton Genty. I can't buy him being remotely close to any of those guys. CMC, like, nah.
Yeah,
not buying that one.
No, not
Commanders
at all.
winning 10 games maximum is kind of disrespectful. Like, you could definitely see a way they win more than that. But 10 games is almost exactly where I predicted them to win. 9 to 10 sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's. I think I'll buy it. Like 10 games max. I would be shocked if they won more than 10 games this year. What they finished with, like 11 or 12 last year?
I think 12.
12. Like I do think compared to the Lions, I expect more regression from the Commanders than I do the Lions. And
yeah,
the Lions are a team that I think will be flirting with that 12 to 13 win range again. The Commanders, I don't think I could say the same. I mean, their division also is tough, and it will be tougher than it was last year. Dak should hopefully be healthy for the entire season. The Eagles still exist. You know, I assume the Giants will still be terrible, but like we've talked about the Commanders a bunch already. There's just not they haven't done enough to kind of build off of their momentum. They just made a couple of like middle ground moves that, you know, a very good team would have to make to kind of be very good still, but they had a lot more issues than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, so. I think that they're just relying on Jaden Daniels to go free ball and win games by himself again. And I really like the team. Like, I think a lot of my displeasure towards their offseason was it's not good enough to win the Super Bowl. Like, they didn't do enough to improve this team over the Eagles or over the Rams. But I still think it's a good football team. Like, regular season, I think they're going to have a lot of success with Jaden Daniels in a full season, hopefully pretty healthy. So, I don't know. I think I'll take 10 to 11 games still, but the Ken Walker one, I'm all the way out. But 10 games is not a bad baseline at all.
No. I'm buying and selling on those.
Okay.
Buying and selling.
That's a good one. Well, I didn't even manage to make them this way, but they're all feeding into the next one. Another Commander's take. Rhett says Jaylin Lane has 2 return touchdowns.
Right. I mean, I guess like that's not like insane. Is he definitely like the shoe-in for the job? I haven't really been keeping tabs on the Commander's return job.
Jaylin Lane's a spark plug. The dude's
he is
shifty little. He is not an amazing receiver, but as a kick returner, that's why I had him so high on my board, because I think he's going to be this kind of returner. But I don't think it's crazy. I mean, people like Charlie Jones do this shit all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Like that guy. That guy's good for 2 return touchdowns in a year. Like Nyheim Hines did it in the same game.
Yeah,
and he's never been a great returner. Like it's just
was
like
he ever a returner? I think he's more of a punt returner.
Yeah, and then they put him on kick return.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lane can do both well, so I think that just doubles your odds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll buy it. I have no reason not to.
They have a good special teams unit. Like I think they could get it done.
Yeah, I have no reason not to buy it. I'll entertain it. So when I thought Rhett was going to say some crazy shit, he's a Commanders fan for context, and I think he's the biggest homer in the Discord. He's a big homer.
He's up there.
Yeah. Him and Twan are really competing head to head for biggest homers.
All right. Well, we'll move on to Sam. 2 hot takes. Emeka Egbuka will finish with the most targets on the Buccaneers, with both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin having down years. Plus, macaroni is by far the worst pasta and one of the worst foods in entirety.
What?
Is it macaroni and cheese or just the noodle?
Well, macaroni's a pasta?
Like, yeah, that's the cut.
Macaroni's not a type of pasta, is it?
Yeah. That's the shape you get. Like that little
I thought that was called an elbow.
There is an elbow, but macaroni is like its own thing.
What?
Yeah. Macaroni noodles.
No. I'm being lied to. Those are elbows. Those are elbows. I thought macaroni was just like an overarching like term. No,
macaroni is very much like its own brand of noodle, but this would just be like such an odd take. Like, are we just hating on penne now?
Yeah,
hating on rigatoni. I think
beside the point.
I want to say this is geared towards mac and cheese, which I would be very out on because it's a great meal.
Yeah, that's the only context I hear macaroni, like mac and cheese.
I mean, if you want to say it's the worst cut of pasta, I mean, go for it. I'm not attached to anyone, but for the Egbuka thing,
yeah,
I am out, only because they are going to feed the shit out of Mike Evans to get him another 1,000 yards. Like Baker said it himself. He's like, yeah, we pumped him the ball down the stretch to get him that. And Godwin, I could see it because he's hurt, like pretty bad still, it looks like. Apparently had an ankle thing I didn't know about. So
yeah, he got landed on. Remember when that guy landed on his foot and he got air casted?
I remember that now. I just completely forgot about that. But
I the only reason I can maybe see it is as he suggested that both of those guys do have down years. Like at this point, if there was a decline for Mike Evans, it would be, he doesn't see how many targets he have like last year, 80, 90. Maybe he sees like 60 to 70, but he's more of a red zone threat instead of being, that downfield guy as he used to be. But there was no indication of that happening. It would just be like, oh, he's old, so it's bound to happen. But that's not necessarily true.
Hit 110 targets.
Well,
put this into perspective. So we need to. I think he'll do that again because I think he missed some time too last year.
He did, yeah.
So if he even floats around 110, like Egbuka will need 110 targets to get what Mike Evans did. In like 15 games last year?
Yeah, and that's while competing with literally as many skill position players in one offense as you could.
Bucky, Jalen McMillan, Cade Otton, who have you? Like, I think literally. A hotter take. I think Egbuka should finish with more targets than them. I think that the way that they'd offense, I think the way that you would funnel your offense through Egbuka is a lot cleaner than funneling it through Mike. But it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. No.
Yeah, I'm selling it. As much as I love Egbuka, I think I would expect closer to a season where it's like he kind of redshirted more than a dominant year. Unfortunately,
I still see a lot. I can see a comfortable 600 yards like season. I think he could still be pretty productive, 700 yards even more than that. It's just like, are you going to have 3 1,000-yard receivers?
Yeah.
If Godwin is worse than we thought, then I could see Egbuka even getting an 1,000-yard season. If Godwin can't play for most of the season, because it sounds worse than I initially thought, I could see it. But just to compete with Mike and Baker's love for him, feeding him the ball, I can't see that.
Yeah, he does love him.
Yeah,
he does absolutely love him.
He loves Egbuka too, but
there's a prop for Egbuka's yards. I think it would be set at probably like 574.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Like over under 574.5.
And I'll take that over, but still, not a 1,200 yard, 130 target season.
No, if he was in New England, maybe that'd be fun.
Yeah, they suck,
but
that would have been all right. To the next one, I don't think we have to spend a lot of time on this one. Jalen Waddle says, I genuinely think Tua Tagovailoa is a top 10 quarterback. No.
I feel like does he actually believe that?
I hope not. I think
Can you take that seriously? Even though he said genuinely, do we actually think he means that?
I don't trust anything that guy says.
I know.
I don't think he's telling the truth, but he has defended Tua pretty strongly in that chat. So maybe, but I don't think he's on even the Jared Goff Baker tier that is trying to flirt with top 10. And I don't even know if I can take him over Kaleb or Drake May or Trevor Lawrence or any of those like fun upside guys. Or
fun fact though, did you know that Tua had more passing yards than Jalen Hurts last year?
Did not. How many games did he play?
I think this is a real stat. I saw Cam Newton talking about it.
It's probably pretty damn close.
Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm correct on that.
Tua's a better passer than Jalen Hurts for sure.
Pass yards. All time.
No.
Fucking 2025 player pass.
Do this.
Help me out. Oh wait, no. I think that was a lie. What the fuck?
Yeah, Tua threw for 2,800.
Who was the? Okay, it was close. Jalen Hurts had 29.03. Tua had 28.67. So basically the same.
Jalen Hurts had 29.03.
Yes.
Jesus.
He didn't even. Jalen Hurts did not even pass for more than 3,000 yards last year.
That's insane. How do you not throw for 3,000 yards?
I know, like you have to like miss time to not throw for 3,000
I think he
yards.
missed one game. I mean, Jake Browning about threw for a 2,000 in 7 games.
Yep.
That's insane.
The list of guys that were relevant that didn't pass for 3,000 were Russell Wilson. We know he didn't play the full season. Bryce Young, we know he didn't play the full season. Drake May, but he gets a pass. He didn't play the whole season.
He also
either.
didn't play the full season, and his team sucked.
Derek Carr didn't. Jameis Winston didn't. Will Levis didn't. Daniel Jones didn't. Trevor Lawrence didn't. Like everyone on the list below 3,000 yards did not play the entire 17
No, most of them
season.
missed like at least like 5 games.
that is pretty crazy. Like
I think Hurts missed 1 game. I think that Kenny Pickett played 1 game for him.
Yes.
That's it.
He still might not have cleared it. He could have passed for 82 yards in that game he played, and he still wouldn't.
It's happened before. Yes. It's not rare. And they're like, that's my top 10. That's my top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah, that number's damning.
Yeah.
What was the original
Hoshu.
thing? Oh, it's Tua thing. Yeah, I would sell.
Yeah. Yeah, sell. It's not even Hoshu says JJ McCarthy throwing 35 titties. Worded like that.
Verbatim. Oh man. I mean, 35 is a lot. Like that's
Sam Darnold threw for exactly 35 to make a little benchmark there. I think you could argue that he can, operate the offense a little better in some way. I don't think you can argue he's a better pure passer than Darnold today. And I don't think it's actually even that close.
No. I think 30 would have been a better number.
I think 22 will be his number to try and even get over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Bo Nix had 29 last year off the top of my head. That feels like it was overachieving for a first-year quarterback like that. I think 30 is a safe, really high number. 35 is like Burrow, Baker.
It's like numbers. MVP. Like you're hearing MVP.
I don't think Jordan Love's even throwing 35 out here.
No.
Maybe one time.
No.
Like Josh Allen's throwing 35 touchdowns. Like these are like good quarterbacks doing that.
Yeah, no, I gotta sell that. I mean,
yeah, like there's a ceiling with that receiving core in the line. Because when you have Addison and Jefferson, like eventually you're like, well, each of these guys need 5. And then you're like, okay, well, we're at 20 already. And then he'll sprinkle in a few more to Jalen Naylor and Ty Felton. And you're like, okay, we could reach 30 pretty easily. And then you're like, well, he's actually like a rookie, basically. Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, I don't take camp too hard, but he hasn't looked super sharp from everything I've heard. So I think it'll be a slow start, like how Bo Nix was last year.
Yeah, I think I gotta sell that. I love the enthusiasm. Is Hoshu a Vikings?
Oh, I love it. Huh?
I don't know. I actually don't know where.
I've never heard him
Hoshu's
actually say anything except just like mock.
Yeah, so literally, it's like he's a fan of mock drafts. We know that, but as far as actual,
I've never heard him say another word.
He actually just said something while we were recording right now that wasn't anything about a mock draft, and I actually had to read the context of the conversation to see what he was talking about because he never says anything unrelated to mock drafting, and we're not even kidding either. Like that's legitimately his only language is mock draft.
Mock.
Talk to Hoshu nice with mock drafts.
It's like the birds from Nemo. There's like mock.
Yes, literally that is Hoshu. And then like the funniest part is this guy will like send out mocks to every channel, and then like I'll start one because I have an easier time getting everyone to join it, and then he won't join it, and then he'll run that he'll run the mock he started with like the 10 computers, and then he'll send the team, and then we're like doing one. It's like, Hoshu, I started this because you were asking, and then he just doesn't join. Like, Hoshu. But yeah, I love Hoshu. He's a staple.
Well, Tristan comes with 2 takes. His first take is the Ravens end the season with the number 1 overall offense and number 1 overall defense. Then he also says, I think Oz could beat up Caveman in a fight.
All right. Like, what was that for? That was unnecessary. Look, I know that this guy does like the gym stuff. I don't. I'm like a once a week on a good schedule kind of guy. I got reach, and like maybe I could like I wouldn't be able to hold you into submission long enough. I might be able to like twist you up, but that's about it. That's the best I got.
I'm taking the entire chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, okay, fine. You can have the wrestling and the fighting part. I've said this time and time again. Ain't nobody locking me up, and I'm getting open on anybody. If we're running one-on-ones, that's where I'm cooking shit. All right, so fuck the
We're not
fighting
doing
shit.
Oklahoma drills. We're doing
Okay,
1v1s.
I get you
Yeah.
that. I'll get my clock.
I'm not taking myself in an Oklahoma drill. I'm not big enough for that.
No, I'll take Rhett. Rhett's got that wrapped up, but one-on-one,
nah. They'll be calling me Kirby Joseph 2.0 when I'm doing those knees.
All right. Well, sure, Tristan. Whatever. I guess we have a conversation to have. Apparently, I don't know why you want him to beat my ass, but okay.
Well,
So
the Ravens one I don't think is crazy. They were
know.
flaming him in the chat too. I don't think that's nuts.
Yeah, I don't think it's crazy either. What's their schedule look like? I think it's pretty difficult, isn't it?
It's difficult, but they beat the shit out of everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Like in the regular season, I'm talking like they embarrassed the Bills. Like they embarrassed the 49ers. They embarrassed the Lions like every single year. It's like
the Bills.
The postseason's an issue, but dude, they beat the shit out of everybody all the time.
Yeah, they are regular season merchants. Like they look horrifying. In the regular season, but they do
I think they're the best regular season team this year.
They could be. I think that's a safe take. I mean, they do get the Bills though, the Lions, the Chiefs, the Texans, the Rams, the Bengals twice, of course the Steelers twice, to get the Packers. Like these are good teams that I'm thinking could be playoff teams. Like the only teams that I don't think will be playoff teams on their schedule are New England, Pittsburgh, the Jets, Chicago, and Miami. I mean, I guess the Browns. And there's more than I expected to say there. But anyway, they still see a lot of like good teams.
Yeah.
But
they were 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were the 10th best defense last year. So that's their biggest jump. But they did clearly make some strides. And they were clearly better in the second half of the season when they finally figured out their DB situation. And then they did it again. They brought in Jair Alexander and Malachi Starks. And I think they're going to roll with Nate Wiggins a lot more often than they were last year. A lot less Brandon Stevens. I think that they don't really have a weakness anywhere. And they were by far the number one offense last year with 424 total yards a game. So if they can just tighten up that defense like how I think they can, it's possible.
I mean,
it's very possible.
It's difficult for any team to get that type of production on both sides of the football. But if I had to choose one of the 32 to do this, it would be them, hands down. I mean, the only other team I can maybe think of that would have a shot at it would be like the Rams, I guess, or the Eagles, obviously.
If the Eagles can go crazy, they had the number one defense last year.
Yeah.
By a lot. But I think the Eagles' defense is worse this year. I think their offense will look the exact same. And if Saquon gets hurt because they ran his ass into the ground, then it's not crazy to say that they'll fall off a little bit. And the Ravens can just come slithering right up. Somehow the Titans also have the number 2 defense by a lot.
What?
Yeah.
By EPA?
By yardage. By yardage.
Yeah. I mean, the Titans have always been stingy. Like, that's just how they play defense. But this year, I think their defense is not terrible. The Titans defense. I mean, I guess it wasn't last year. I didn't even know that.
Well, for like on like a points basis, it was like completely average, like even like slightly below average. But like yardage, they don't give up a lot. I think they just had a lot of short fields.
Yeah, I'm sure
they didn't have to give up a lot of yards. Yeah,
Will Levis just turned it over, and teams were starting at their 30-yard line all the time.
Yeah, but on to the next one. We'll stay with this. Caleb Johnson, truther, says Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl.
Okay,
never.
He is a big Lamar hater. Like never.
I mean, I'm a Bengals fan. I'm not a Lamar Jackson lover, but like to say never, I think I think they have really good odds this year. Top 2, they should be.
I don't think they'll ever not have good odds. I mean, they have Lamar Jackson, so
it's hard to play in the AFC for sure. Like you have to beat Mahomes, and if Burrow can get there, Jesus, but like, they have to beat Josh Allen. Like they have a lot of people they have to get through. The Eagles just have to like beat the Commanders and the Packers, and then they're like in the conference championship. Like,
I know
it's a lot easier. But if you're looking at like the Ravens, it is harder. But I think they have pretty good odds.
the only way I could see this happening, we'll take a Super Bowl. The only way I could see this happening is if like he gets to like that age, the 30, and kind of climbs over that number, and we see his elusiveness slip, and he's no longer the threat that he was with his legs. Like, I think he'll always be good with his legs. He'll always be tough to bring down, but right now, like, he just stretches the field out so much because everyone's so terrified of when he has the football.
Mm-hmm.
If that ever changes, even in the slightest bit, and he is forced to be more of a natural pocket passer on a down-to-down basis, I mean, I still think he's going to do exceptionally well. But if you don't believe in him as a passer at this point still, then I guess, that type of decline could be detrimental to his career. But he still is a very good pocket passer. So I can't even say I agree with that.
He used to not be, but he's gotten way better at it.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like, even like this age, like, people feel like Aaron Rodgers was a baby when he won his first one. He was 27. Lamar's 28. Like, people play. I think there's a misunderstanding of like QB ages. Like, Geno Smith is still athletic. He still moves. Like, he still moves as well as he did when he was 25, and he's 34. So I think the quarterbacks move better for a longer time than people think. It's just like when you start to rack up the injuries, you see some issues like that. But if Lamar can stay clean, I think he has another 5-6 good years.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially in today's day and age, like, guys aren't getting hit the way they used to. So they get stay like their shoulders aren't getting shattered at the rate they used to. So they're able to stay out in the field more and play longer. Like, not many guys are playing upward toward 40. Now I think 40 years old is probably like going to be closer to standard for the guys that are, in stride right now. Like, I could see Josh playing that long, Mahomes playing that long, Lamar playing that long if he can make 100%. It with how he's been doing. So that, I think that's going to be standard. Like, we see Stafford already happening. Kirk is still around, even if he's not starting. Like, there are guys that are up there in age and
they're good.
They're still good. So
yeah,
I got to sell that. I'm sorry, Spear. Mr. Lamar hater.
Well, Liam Cohen worshiper says the Jaguars win the division and Liam Cohen wins Coach of the Year.
Well, he is a Jags fan. He might be up there in the Homer conversation.
Yeah, Liam Cohen worshiper thinks Liam Cohen wins Coach of the Year. Shocker.
Well, no. I've had previous takes here that would suggest I don't agree with that, so I got to stick with him. I'm selling it. I think the Colts. I think the Colts have a better season record wise than Jacksonville. So I'm going to stick to that. I've already talked about it before. So
I think Houston beats the shit out of both of them too. Mm-hmm. Houston's very complete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Like, I don't think Liam Cohen has the kind of aura that a Coach of the Year has.
Yeah,
he's kind of a weirdo.
He also like. I feel like it would be slightly different for if the Jaguars kind of turned it around than like if Brian Daboll won. Like, the year Brian Daboll won it, he pulled that dog shit team all the way to the postseason. Like, he got the only good season we've ever seen from Daniel Jones and took a team to the playoffs and won a game. They beat the Vikings, which was insane given like how they have done since then and how they were before that. If the Jaguars were to do that, I wouldn't think it was as impressive, unfortunately, just because there's more of a foundation here. You're not pulling like an unbelievable season from Trevor Lawrence where no one thought it was possible. Like, so the Coach of the Year, I think, would be a very big jump because there are other contenders too that I think will be in the conversation. But win the division, I also can't. Yeah, sell. Sorry, Liam. So, big sell.
Well, you can hop on John Spytek's Massive Ween. Hotter take: the Titans sweep Jacksonville and win the South. Also, Cave is unemployed by November.
No, okay, that's funny. That is funny because I am just always looking for something else. So that is funny. Okay, that could be a buy. Anyway, the first one, was that in response to Liam's?
Yes,
of course it was.
That's why he said hotter take.
I mean, like if Cam Ward is somehow far better than what I think he will be, then maybe he can drag that team with a good, if the defense is good, and beat the Jaguars twice. Like, I don't think it's impossible, but
Win the
I don't think
division.
I bet on it. Oh, he said win the division.
He had sweep them and win the division.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
They're coming in last.
Yeah,
sorry.
like they have to. They have to come in last. If it's not them, then someone. I guess the Colts. Like if you think they're that bad, but there's so much
they
more
have a
going
low
on.
floor. Yeah.
But
Cape's unemployed by November.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's crazy to say.
I'm not surprised how this has gone. The way these have been directed, I'm not shocked.
All right, we'll move to the next. Amon says Bryce Young has his breakout year, and the Panthers win the division. Also says waking up from a good dream and waking up with your throat hurting is a bottom 3 feelings of all time.
Who is this?
Amon.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. He doesn't come around too often, does he?
No, I didn't recognize him. I've seen him before, but I've never had a conversation.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know him on. He's been more active lately. He's new, I think. But anyway, yeah, I think the second one, he's right. I mean, that is so true. There's nothing worse than waking up from a really good dream, and then like there are some times I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and hopefully it restarts, and it does. But that doesn't always happen, and it's very disappointing. So I'm buying that. And the sore throat thing, when a sore throat, you can feel it coming on. You're like, fuck me, this is it. Like that is the worst feeling ever. So he's right. Those are like top 5 bottom feelings. This whole winning the division thing, guys, like we're getting bold here with these teams.
People, they're just getting too excited. Like, how often do teams go from 0 to hero without making a lot of drastic moves? Like the Panthers, I don't think they're that much better than last year. They'll be better, but like not like eight wins is a win for them.
Well, sometimes it's enough, but not this year.
I'm not as low on Tampa as everyone else seems to be. I don't think Liam Cohen was the reason their offense was still good. I think the amount of good players on that offense was part of the reason that any offensive coordinator can find success with it. I don't think that like it's super hard to find success with Tristan Wirfs and Mike Evans and Baker and Godwin, and like it's a stacked room.
The defense
is better.
Yes.
They have Antoine Winfield back fully healthy, Vita Vea, good linebackers, good edge rushers. The Panthers' edge rushers suck.
Yes, that's the thing that's going to kill them.
And their linebackers suck even worse. And their receivers are mid. Their tight ends are mid. And their DBs are mid. Like, they're relying on defensive tackles, Chuba Hubbard, and Bryce Young to be a Burrow-level quarterback.
Yeah.
To win the division. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I wish I did, but like you need a pass rush to be a successful defense. You need good linebacker play. Like they don't have that. You need a successful passing attack. I don't know how successful theirs will be. They have like a 4-game stretch at the end of the season that was good. And then that was it. Like that was we're just hoping that it looks like that the whole season. I don't think Ted McMillan is a Drake London level threat. I think he's more of a George Pickensy kind of player. I'm not super into that.
Yeah, I'm not either. And the only reason why I might get behind it is because we've seen what it takes to win the NFC South sometimes. Right. It is not much. But I kind of think those days are more over than not. Just it only takes one team to be good to completely.
I think the Falcons are better too.
And the Falcons exist. So like I think the Falcons are going to implode this year, but if you don't, which is very possible, very likely that they don't, then it'll be that much harder. So it's kind of like the same thing with Jacksonville in a way. It's like you're really banking on more hope than any proof of concept that they're going to succeed here. Like that's a massive jump to hope that they're going to win divisions here. So no, I can't get behind it. I'm on. But the second part, I'm buying both of those bad feelings.
Yeah. All right, for the next one, I actually asked my dad for a hot take because he is the most avid listener of anybody here. But he actually came hotter. He said Peyton Manning was a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Ooh.
And I will buy it.
Really?
For a little bit. Because at the moment, who was getting the All-Pros? Who was getting all the MVPs?
Mm-hmm.
Who didn't have the defense? Like Peyton Manning was the better quarterback for a long time. And then when Peyton got hurt and he got old, Tom Brady had all the longevity and everything. He's the GOAT. Like he earned it with playing a long time, winning a bunch of games. But at their peaks, Peyton Manning was better than him.
The thing with Brady that I always go to bat for with him is like his peak athletically was a lot better than people give him credit for as a passer. Like he never was like some threat with his legs or play extender, but his arm was, he had a rocket and no one ever thinks about it. Like that guy could launch the shit. He could put zip on it anytime he had to. Like there was not a throw Tom Brady couldn't make. And people don't think of it like that. People think of his later days where it felt like he was dinking and dunking a lot more often and he was, taking more sacks from the pocket. But to me, I just think of that 2007 season, and granted his team was good, very good too, but he just was so damn good that year. Like to go almost undefeated, like you need to have a quarterback that is unbelievable. And like and then I think of like, what year was it, 2019, where whatever year it was before he went to Tampa. Was that the year that they lost to Tennessee?
Yeah, the Titans. Yeah, like in the playoffs, they threw like a pick six on the goal line with their own goal line.
I don't think it was that year. Was it the year before where like the receivers were not good? He only had like Gronk. Like he dragged a pretty not great offense. And I think he won a Super Bowl the year before, right? In I know they lost to Foles. Was that the year they lost to?
I think they lost to. And honestly, that was, in my opinion, Tom's one of his best Super Bowl performances.
Yeah. Yes.
But like to me, like Tom Brady won 2 Super Bowls with 13 or less offensive points scored.
Mm-hmm.
And most times that won't win you a game. So even if you call it 5 compared to like Manning's 2, like there's still like, for the amount of MVPs that Manning had, for the production when they were playing, like the Colts records when they were playing, like the Colts had 12 or more wins in like 8 straight years. I don't think people realize how good they were. Like Peyton Manning was still throwing 49 touchdowns in a year, like on the Colts. It wasn't just his Broncos years. Like his Colts years were better.
Yeah.
And he had like very mediocre defenses that kept them from being anything dominant, but their offenses were the best in the league for a while. Them and the Rams.
The tough part about arguing for anyone against Brady is that like you have to be greater than him. Obviously, isn't going to happen.
No,
I feel like the only angle you can argue against Brady is somebody that you can say is defined as a better maybe athlete or a better thrower of the football. Like when people say Aaron Rodgers is up there, it's like maybe on the greatness scale, no, because he doesn't have the accolade. Like he's got the MVPs, but there's only one Super Bowl victory. These back end years have not been great, but
the back end years killed him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Compared to him and Brady, it's been terrible. But if you looked at it from the perspective of his prime and how good he was at throwing the football, and that's really what you hung your hat on, then you know what, fine. I'm not going to sit here and criticize you because Aaron Rodgers is a magician with a football. So that I can maybe give you some credit for, but if you're not taking that angle, I just don't think you can even put anyone on Brady's wavelength. Like I think it just is him. And
I think he's by far the GOAT. When we're talking like, but like I think like Dan Marino was better than Joe Montana. Yeah. But I have to say Joe Montana was better because like he just earned through accolades, through everything he earned, he was better. But like,
so is it like a take based off of like
who was better at the time, like when they were both playing together?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like who had the better career. It was like who was legitimately just like the better quarterback, the better field general at the time.
Well, it was definitely. I mean, it was a debate the entire time they were playing. Like there was no defined, like you said, there was no defined number one until Brady started doing what he did after Manning kind of slowed down.
The late 2010 Super Bowls pushed Tom into the unarguable GOAT because it was like, holy, who's doing this at 40? And it was like one of the greatest feats in football was to be that good, that old.
Yep.
And Peyton just kind of let his body go. And he just sucked because like his shoulders were mush and his elbows were mush and he couldn't move. And he sucked when he got old. But like that, like his peak, like I said, like 2002 to 2013 was the best stretch of quarterbacking ever, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that in terms of like looking at it from just like certain windows. Yeah, I could agree with that. I don't think like we were saying, there was never a time when they both were playing at their peak where one was necessarily better than the other. And usually it was leaning Manning, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's why I give him like that argument. But yeah, Tom's the GOAT still. He's not. Yeah. Peyton might have been a little better, but Tom was the greatest by far.
I think I am one of those people that could argue. Like, if you want to say like the more I'm talking about other people talking about Rodgers, I'm just realizing that it's just how I feel. like
you just like Rodgers more.
No, I don't. Like, I would take Brady 10 out of 10 times. But peak Rodgers, like from an athletically gifted thrower of the football perspective, like no one could do that like him. So
no. All right, we got a few more still. Something cool says Mike Evans won't have a season. Well, I don't know if he meant to do this. He said Mike Evans won't have a season under 1K yards.
Like ever? Or is he saying like he won't have one this
year?
Like
forever. Yeah, I don't think I can see that.
So
when I originally wrote this down, I thought he meant he won't have one over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
And I was gonna like maybe agree with that. But he won't have one under 1K yards ever?
So when's he going to retire? He's just going to play forever and have 1,000 yards forever?
I think he could retire this year.
Yeah. I mean, over 1,000 yards. Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Make that your thing. Like, be the guy that had 1,000 yards. Like, if he even gets 850 in his age 35 season, it's ruined. Ruined. Because people will pull it up and they'll be like, what is this blemish? Yeah. Because his entire thing is he never had below it.
Yep.
Even if he was scraping by for like 6 out of those 12 years, whatever, he never had below it. And that was always the thing that he could hang his hat on. So I think he should retire earlier than he wants to.
He's like the Mike Tomlin of receivers. Like,
yes,
he just always is in the relevant conversation just based off of that fact alone.
Yes.
Just the fact that he's never been below 1,000 yards, the fact the Steelers have never had a below 500 season. The second those two things are ruined, the legacy's gone. So maybe something cool is onto something. Like Mike Evans should probably adhere to that advice. Like, get to your 1,000 yards. If you can do it again after this year, push it. But you go any further than that, then maybe that gold jacket's gone. Like, you might have it now just because of that. But if you lose that, then I think he's a Hall of Famer. Is Mike Evans a Hall of Famer?
I don't like it. But I have different criteria.
Yes.
Personally. Because I always say you needed to have been pretty much top 5 at your position for a long time, and probably the best at your position for a small period of time, even just a year. I don't think Mike Evans was ever top 3, and he hasn't been top 5 for most of his career outside of a year or two. So not in for me.
Yeah,
but I appreciate it. Hall of Awesome.
There's a lot of those kind of guys in there, though. Like,
I think AJ Green's in that. Like, you have like these guys that were awesome, but they weren't putting up 1,800 yards. Like, they weren't dominating anybody. They were just really good. And Mike has a better argument than AJ, but
yeah,
not in.
I think he makes it. I might not like it, but I think he makes it.
I think
there's
a
lot
will.
Of guys that I mean, the criteria for making it into the Hall of Fame is way too loose, in my opinion.
I think Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Frank Gore shouldn't make it either. But
he's played till like literally 42 years old.
Yeah. Poor guy, just trying to get some checks. Just getting his body beat up. Then he got beat up in that boxing match.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Like, what are we doing here, man?
He got knocked out cold.
That's one way to ruin your name. Is just like
everyone needs to stop boxing. Yeah. Jake Paul's a legitimately good boxer. Stop boxing him. You're going to get killed.
I know
so
he's
stupid.
Millions of dollars to get professional training, and people still think he's bad. It's like when he's training hardcore with the best in the world, yeah, he's gonna be good, even if his name is Jake Paul. Like,
yeah. All right. Well, 800 CJ says BTJ is wide receiver 3 after next season ends, and also says No Country for Old Men is a top 5 movie of all time.
Can't speak to the second one. Have you seen
it's a good movie. Not top 5.
No. Okay. Yeah, I can't.
It's a good movie though. Great movie.
It sounds like a movie connoisseur kind of movie, like an average person that watches.
I think the average person it has a top 5 villain of all time. I will say that. It's an awesome movie.
Okay. Well, the first take, I'm thinking he means fantasy, or is he speaking?
I don't agree with either of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, so, well, I don't agree. He's top 3 because that would make him better than CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Puka. In fantasy, I don't see him being better than Puka or Jamar or CeeDee or Puka. I don't know. I can't. I think fantasy is a better argument than in real life.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's defined in that tier 2. There's like the tier 1 guys. He is definitively in that tier 2. He's one of the better guys in there, but
he is.
I would still take like Drake London or Nico Collins to kind of reach there, get there. Maybe before him, Nico more so. Like Drake, I think Drake and Brian are both in the bucket of like just had really good seasons, and it feels like they're on the brink of exploding even further. Nico, I guess he really hasn't had that kind of explosion either.
Not for a full season.
No. But yeah, we've seen it in spurts, and I think as a talent, Nico is just I think he's just better flat out. I mean, just across the board.
His peaks are so much higher. His peaks are top 2 in the NFL.
Right.
He was the favorite to lead the NFL at receiving yards through a few weeks because he was crushing everyone. Then he got hurt, missed a few games, and missed out on that. But he was giving Jamar a run. Absolutely.
Yeah. I just don't know if BTJ will see the volume. I feel like this year was closer to this past year was closer to the ceiling in terms of volume for BTJ. He saw the ball a lot. And I think it was down the stretch a lot of like Mac Jones just saying like, I have no one else to throw to. So here, BTJ, take this drag route. Like, I hope his role is slightly different than a lot of what he was kind of forced into doing last year.
Yeah. Give it
for the better though.
His slot ability from in the red zone, I think, was a pretty underrated thing for someone his size and like someone of his skill set. Because people like pre-draft basically said he has no route tree. He's just a linear go ball guy, take a drag route and run. But he was a better route runner than people give him credit for sure. He just never had to do it at LSU.
Right.
And they had Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, no, he has a way deeper bag than people ever thought, and that's why I think he's better. He's better than Neighbors, just because he's got that big play factor, and I think he's good enough of a route runner to make up for the difference between him and Neighbors in that category. So I think he's a good route runner. I would go as far as he's good. Like, he's not bad or
solid.
Yeah.
Give me Neighbors though. That's a different story. All right, we got 2 more. Rhett says Justin Jefferson finishes outside the top 10 or the top 5 fantasy receivers in fantasy. Now it seems appropriate after his hamstring injury. If he misses even a game, that could knock you out of the top 5.
I'm buying that. Not even, like, hamstring or not, I'm still buying it. I think there are just so many good players that could be in that top 5, and we saw 1 year with Sam Darnold. It was uncertain, but it ended up working out. It's like, are we full on expecting McCarthy, kind of like we were talking about earlier, to come out and ball at that level? And I don't know. I think it's a lot to ask, especially from a rookie. And come quarterback struggles, there's going to be production. There's going to be production decline. It's just the nature of how it works. And he might be 8, 7, but 5 is hard. And I think most guys that finish in the top 5 probably have either very stable quarterback play or they are in a situation like I guess BTJ was in where they just threw it to him all the time because there was literally no one else and they were always losing. Like, other than that, I don't think either situation will be the case for Jefferson. It'll leave him in that like, what's the word? What's that word when you're bad? When you're not bad enough to be bad, but you're not good to be good. You're
purgatory.
Purgatory, yes. It's kind of like production purgatory almost.
Yeah,
they're not bad enough, but they're not good.
1350 yards.
Yes,
it's 6 touchdowns. All right, one more take. I hate it. Saquon. This is from Russ. Saquon does not hit 1,000 rushing yards.
Oh,
he's just hoping for injury. Like,
yeah, I know.
He's also a Giants fan, to put this into perspective. So I think that he wants the letting go of Saquon to be as good looking on their end as possible. So he already had the 2,000-yard rushing season in the Super Bowl. I think he can't take anything else.
He wants the world to burn with that take. I mean, that is straight hating. That is just full on like.
Well, he later said in the chat, "I'm just coping."
Well,
so
I don't know. I almost think the Giants still made a fine decision. Like that gets shit on as if it was the most incomprehensible move of all time. Like it's aged poorly if you want to be so strict with like how things have panned out. Like Saquon leave Giants, Saquon goes to Philly, Saquon good. Like, yeah, sure. But there was a lot more to that than just how
I think it was
perceived.
The allocating of funds to send that to Daniel Jones instead.
Yeah.
And to let Saquon walk was definitely the one that pissed people off the most. Because at that point, Daniel Jones had one good year, and it was his rookie season where he threw for like 25 touchdowns, he took care of the ball. Everyone was like, hey, there's something here. Then he sucked, and then they paid him anyways. Then he sucked even worse. And then Saquon wins Offensive Player of the Year and carries the team to the Super Bowl. If the Giants could have just put some resources into the offensive line, took a shitty quarterback, like they still could have been good. The Eagles did it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think optics-wise it looks bad, but I still don't think it was the worst decision ever. I mean, I guess, yeah, like you said, in terms of what they chose to do instead, yeah, maybe a little suspect. But Saquon's not reaching these numbers on the Giants.
He's not.
No matter how you spin it. So
they did him a favor.
Yes.
By having a running back that was loyal to them, that liked them. They were like, listen, we're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to set you free, and we're going to send you to a divisional rival, the best team in football, and you're going to actually be happy for your first time in your life.
Yes, they definitely did him a solid. Like, I'm sure Saquon was a little butthurt about how the way things went down just because he got drafted there and everything, but I would think he's very happy with the sequence of events.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that was it from our take list. I think I incorporated just about every take that was appropriate to say on here.
I got to go through the channel and see what it all looks like.
I don't even remember if there is anything else, but this was every take that I could find on there.
Awesome. Well, this was episode 50. So the next time we do this, I think we're going to plan on doing another type of thing, more so in preparation of this coming season and kind of gear most of the conversation toward takes for 2025 specifically, which I guess this was for the most part. But in any event, we will do this again. It was very fun to do it for the first time. So if you want to get your takes in, your questions in, and have them addressed on an entire episode like this, be sure you're joining the Discord down below. And, it'll be very easy to figure out how to do this. So just as long as you're in there, we'll be doing another mailbag type thing in the near future. But if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts down below, and we will see you in episode 51.